Here's a video on how to change the rear brakes on the 2012 Subaru Impreza and up. First, securely jack the car and put it on jack stands. Now it's time to remove the tire. You can use a regular 19mm socket on a wrench, but I found a useful tool lying in the shop. Now we can remove the caliper bolts. Remove the caliper in a way that will prevent it from pulling on the brake line. Now remove the old brake pads. To do that, I used a flathead screwdriver, but if you intend on keeping the disc rotor, I would suggest being careful. To remove the disc, you have to remove the caliper bracket first. Remove the clips from the caliper bracket. Since you have the caliper bracket apart, that's a good opportunity to re-lube the slide pins. I suggest you use high temp brake grease. All new disc rotors comes coated with the layer of oil to prevent rust from forming during shipping. Use disc brake parts cleaner to remove this oil layer and prevent damage to the brake pads. Here I used 8 by 1.25mm bolts to help me push the disc brake out. Using oil helps the process. The rear disc contains small drum brakes used by the e-brake. Disengage the e-brake to be able to remove the rotor. Now use the 8mm helper bolts to remove the disc rotor. Ensure applying even pressure by alternating from one to the other. Now you should be able to pull the disc by hand. Transfer the rubber grommet from the old disc to the new one. This hole is used to adjust the e-brake drums. In my case, they didn't need adjustment. Install the new clips in the caliper bracket. Now you can reinstall the caliper bracket. I use some high-temp brake grease to lubricate the new brake pads. Just make sure no grease gets on the friction surface or the disc brake, and install the new brake pads. To reinstall a caliper, you need to press the piston first. I usually use a C-clamp, but this time it didn't fit, it was too small. So I used brute force. And now the brake caliper slides right back. So you can tighten the screws back. Here I'm just testing the brake pedal feel. and the e-brake feel. And now the last step is to put back those tires. Just be careful if you have an impact wrench not to over tighten the lug nuts.